Since 2022, the Blueprints for Gender Equality project at the Gender Affairs Division of the Ministry of the Family, Gender Affairs, Persons with Disabilities and Labor has been providing targeted technical assistance to ministries, departments and agencies, all with the sole objective of integrating gender equality and social inclusion into projects, programs, services that will address the needs and rights of women, girls and vulnerable groups across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hi, I am DeAndre De Freitas, In-Country Project Support Officer at the Blueprints for Gender Equality project here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Throughout the project implementation, we've conducted several activities such as the Period Poverty Campaign, a series of women empowerment sessions, teen empowerment sessions. We've also created knowledge products for the Gender Affairs Division, all whilst collaborating with local NGOs such as Voice of the Disabled, SVG Association for Endometriosis, Adenomyosis, and PCOS Incorporated. On behalf of the Ministry of the Family and Gender Affairs, Persons with Disabilities, and Labor, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to the Government of Canada and QSO International for their support.
I'm Shanika John Trent, Chief Health Promotion Officer within the Ministry of Health, Wellness, Environmental Health and Energy. And I'm proud to say that we were supported through our Next Phase initiative. That's a community-based initiative that was tailored for secondary school students who are transitioning from primary school into their first year in secondary school. The Next Phase initiative was basically designed to empower our students to get them ready, as the initiative says, next phase. And this initiative focuses on nutrition, good health, good and bad touches, identifying who you are, dealing with your self-value, self-confidence and self-efficacy, all while navigating that into the secondary school journey. We're very happy with the impact. The Ministry of Health, Wellness, Environmental Health and Energy, we're very grateful to our support for QSO International, supported through the Government of Canada.
The SAFE program is a 6-week victim support initiative designed to provide healing, empowerment and practical life skills for women impacted by domestic violence. To sustain and strengthen this important work, financial support is essential. Therefore, funding from the Blueprints project directly supported 2 critical areas of the program. First, it provided stipends for trained facilitators who guided participants through trauma-informed discussions, emotional recovery, safety planning and empowerment sessions. These facilitators created a safe, structured space where women can rebuild confidence, process their experiences, and develop tools for long-term stability. Second, financial contributions helped cover material costs for the skills training component of the program. This included educational resources, practical training supplies, and tools that support financial literacy, employment readiness, personal development, and independent living skills. These materials ensure participants leave the program not only emotionally supported, but also equipped with tangible skills to rebuild their lives. This grant is more than financial support. It is an investment in healing, dignity, and opportunity. On behalf of the women we serve, thank you for believing in the mission of the SAFE program and for helping us turn safety into strength.
I am Cheryl Adams. I am President and founder of Voice of the Disabled, and I am also the supervisor of this honorable center here at St. Lucia. I just want to say thanks to QSO International for including us in the Blueprint project. We had 2 workshops where, one of them were empowering women and being an entrepreneur, and then we also talk about hygiene, the importance of hygiene, and many other things that came out of the workshop. So, you know, right up now I can say I have seen a vast improvement in our women and in our girls, and even also the men. We had a workshop for men as well. They were very, very excited about the workshop. They big up to QSO International, to Gender Affairs also, for, you know, when I call they respond.
Hi everyone, my name is Odelia Thomas and I am the founder and president of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Association of Endometriosis, Adenomyosis and PCOS Incorporated. We are a registered non-profit organization right in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So under the CEF, the Community Engagement Fund, we would have had 2 projects with KUSO. The first project was in 2024 when we held 2 Empower Her conferences. One was a teen edition and one was a women's edition. In these conferences, for the teens, we provided education and an open, non-judgmental space for teens and young adult women to talk about their experiences with menstruation, self-esteem, relationships, social media, and other topics. Our aim there was to empower them, help them to feel confident in themselves, and also to provide awareness and education about periods and conditions that could affect their sexual and reproductive health. With the women's session, the focus was a bit different. In that session, we had doctors and specialists coming in to talk about topics such as endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, infertility, miscarriage, menopause, and it was also again an open, non-judgmental space for women to listen to information and also to share their experiences with the doctors that were present. Out of these 2 conferences, we had women and girls becoming more aware of these conditions, becoming more aware of their bodies and of services that are available, and being able to recognize symptoms of these conditions which would have led to earlier diagnoses. In 2025, we had the Empower Her SVG project, and under this project we had educational sessions. We would have completed a mini documentary, of which we are very proud, and we also would have been doing care packages for teen girls. Now, our sessions under the Empower Her SVG project, we aimed also to reach our boys and our men, because something that affects the health of women and girls will also affect our boys and men, and also our boys and men are part of support systems for our girls and our women, and so they need to be included in the conversation. So on behalf of the executive of the SVG Association of Endometriosis, Adenomyosis and PCOS Incorporated, we would like to thank KUSO International and its partners for this project. You have helped many girls and women.
So the Blueprint for Gender Equality project offered a holistic approach in that it afforded us the opportunity to not only support legislative and policy framework, but also community engagement, awareness, capacity building, not just for the gender affairs staff, but also for our key stakeholders, inclusive of police, nurses, and teachers who offer support to the most vulnerable women and girls in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So one of the key mandates of the Gender Affairs Division is gender mainstreaming, and this project allowed us to mainstream gender across all our government agencies, ministries and departments. This project came in a timely manner when the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines was in its initial stages of piloting gender responsive budgeting. So this afforded us the opportunity to not only meet our indicators but also ensure that gender responsive budgeting was incorporated into our budgetary cycle. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to KUSO International and the Government of Canada for having the insight and seeing the need and the urgency for this program and supporting St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the last 4 years. It was indeed appreciated, and we are grateful and thankful.